It must be Saturday night.
It's Saturday night.
Saturday night, you guys made it through another week. Howdy, howdy, folks. Old guy here on his normal Saturday night, you requested I cook it thing. Hi to Brother Doug, sister-in-law Shar, good evening. Hope everybody's doing good. Do we have anybody in the room, Mrs. Old Guy?
Not yet.
Not yet, that's okay. It's been a regular week, so, I can talk.
Janice is here.
Hi, Janice. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Pot stickers on the menu tonight. I forget who. Is that Eli that requested the pot stickers? Gotta find out.
Yep.
Hey, my memory isn't quite as bad as I thought it might be. So yes, pot stickers suggested by Eli. I'm going to accompany that with a little bit of fried rice or fried ramen, just so we have something other than just pot stickers for food.
Miguel's here.
Miguel!
Natalie on her last
Good
break.
evening. Natalie on her last break.
Or on her lunch break.
On
sorry.
her lunch break. Oh, okay. Well, Natalie, good evening. Good evening. Thank you for stopping by. I hope everybody Miguel, Janice, I hope everybody is having a good week, or had a good week anyway. It's been okay here. I mean, not particularly productive, although, well, yeah, I guess it is. We got some stuff done towards the upcoming community Christmas party. Again, another project that I kind of took the reins on. And so there's a lot of different little bits to that community event to kind of put together. So for between the activities for the kids and a hayride for everybody and music, live music, and foods and stuff, kind of lots of little things to do.
Lisa and Wild Man are here.
Lisa, Wild Man! Arr! Wild Man. Hope you guys had a good week. Pot stickers on the menu tonight, and I'm just real quick, I'm gonna get this pot sticker dough going here. It's got to sit for a while, and I am gonna turn the oven on, bread pudding tonight with a sterling sauce. If you don't know what a sterling sauce is, it's a sauce made with butter, brown sugar, vanilla, and some heavy cream. Yummy, very yummy. And traditionally, I think it calls for maybe some white wine, but I want something with a little bolder taste, so I'm going to use some spiced rum if I can find it. My little bottles, Mrs. Do you know where they went? I don't know where they went. They were on my microwave here, but one fell into the mixer one day, and so I moved them, and now I'm not sure where they are.
Eli's here.
Eli, good evening.
He said
Good
he wants
evening.
to know what he missed.
Oh, you didn't miss nothing. I'm just kind of going over stuff, looking for my little bottles of
It might
rum.
be in the fridge or in the freezer, maybe.
In the freezer?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know where I didn't put it in there. Did you? Well, then they wouldn't
don't
be.
think so,
They're
but-
not in there.
I'm just trying to think where I might have seen him.
All right. Well, you think
Janice
about
loves bread pudding.
I do too. This is going to be pretty yummy. All right, let's just get this pot sticker dough made real quick, here. Got 2.5 cups of flour, and I'm just going to put in a teaspoon of salt. Some really hot water. Now, just mix this up into a dough. And then it's got to sit for a little while to rest, so that's why I kind of wanted to get it going now, so it has time to do its thing. Yay. Pot stickers. It's been a while since I've made some.
Yep. Yeah.
Our local grocery they didn't get cabbage on their truck, so It's going to be minus cabbage. I'm just going to put in a little bell pepper in its place. All right.
Eli said every time I look for my little bottles of rum, I always end up with big bottle. It's like magic, Tilmo. You do have another liquor up there on the fridge, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's not the spiced rum. It's either vodka or bourbon.
Maybe bourbon. Then. It's in the
Bourbon
bottle.
might work all right. All right. You get this mixed up a little bit here.
Lisa says, "Hey Tom, may I have some of them pot stickers Thursday night? I made some of them pot stickers Thursday.
Oh, made some pot stickers on there. Cool. Beef or pork, or I'm using beef tonight. Just curious what you
Wild man that did that. She said.
what protein did you put into it? Of course, you can make a pot sticker, I guess, without.
Ronald's here.
Ronald, good evening.
He ate mashed potatoes from KFC today in car.
I'm sorry. Were you forced to, or? Sorry. And that reminds me, what is everybody having for their dinner tonight? You know what we're having? We're having pot stickers. Yeah, just gonna kind of knead this for a few minutes. I need to knead
Lisa said they were pork ones.
pork ones. Yum. Yeah, I thought about doing pork, but this time the ground beef was a little less expensive than the ground pork, so decided to go beef this time. Get beefy with it. So, 1st of December, Christmas holidays upon us, yeah, or the holiday season.
Jana said they're having pot roast.
Yum. Love pot roast. You have like onions and carrots and stuff in it. You know, onions, carrots, celery, taters on the side. Yum. And it won't be long before we'll be adding some more items. And that reminds me, that vodka pasta needs to come off. We're getting there, folks. Almost time for a new 24 dinner suggestions to go up on there. So keep rolling them in. Keep rolling them suggestions in. We definitely need them.
Gil says maybe tacos or hot dogs.
I'm sorry, what?
McGill said
Yeah.
maybe hot dogs or tacos
Maybe hot dogs or tacos?
for a suggestion, maybe.
Okay, wow. There's a world of difference between a hot dog and a taco.
That's what he said. Maybe tacos or hot dogs.
Okay, so I guess put down tacos. Mrs. Old Guy cannot stand hot dogs, so.
And Eli said, "I love pot roast." Oh wait, that's not how it goes. Oh.
Oh shit. Eli.
She said traditional pot roast with the veggies.
Yep, nice. Yep. Remember my mom, a lot of times on Sundays she'd make some kind of roast. It wasn't always beef. Sometimes it was pork. Sometimes it was chicken.
Oh, that's what he's having for dinner.
That's what he's having for dinner?
Yeah.
Oh, tacos and hot dogs.
Maybe tacos or hot dogs.
Oh,
for dinner.
tacos or hot dogs for dinner. Okay, see? Everybody got confused. Well, at least here.
I'm easily confused. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, me too. All right. That's good. I'm going to put that into a little bit of a ball. Cover it up, and I'll give that at least a half hour before we start jacking with it. All right, let me get on to this bread pudding. Bread pudding. This is gonna be good. Milk and some cream.
Wildman wants to know, is pot stickers like
Pierogies?
maybe? P-E-R-O-G?
Yeah, pierogi. Yeah. Yes, in the fact that it is a like a dumpling type thing that is wrapped in a dough and then cooked. But it's so I guess yes, but I think pierogies are usually steamed. I'm not sure. These get a combination of frying and steaming, and I don't remember about pierogies. It's been too long. Let's get some eggs cracked in here. 4 of them to be exact. One more. Little more they go. Been looking forward to this bread pudding. And by the way, do you folks like the voting for doing a dessert on the weekends? Do you like that, or is that something you want me to continue? Just wondering.
Lisa said thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. I guess I'm not sure what I'm being thanked for. Help
For answering the question.
Alright. Just that up a little bit. Got to get some of the sweet stuff into it. Let's go 3/4 of a cup. Oh yeah. Put some vanilla. Guess I'll measure it. What do you think? A teaspoon? A little bit more. About a half. All right. So far, so good. Already starting to smell good. I got some cinnamon here. I want to put a teaspoon in. And I also got nutmeg. And I'm just going to put, a pinch of the old megger in there. Nutmeg. Quick stir. There's probably going to be a few times when Mrs. Old Guy is in with the puppies. We try to keep the smelly messes down to a minimum if we can. So it's kind of a constant vigil. Alright, so I need 2 cups of milk and or cream. So I got about 3/4 of a cup of cream and the rest is milk. Put that in. So far so good. And now, another little touch that I like is a little bit of white chocolate. So I'm just going to add half cup. All right. Good. Mix that around a little. Get this out of my way. Bread. I got this loaf like a couple days ago. It was still kind of soft, but it is definitely stale and like starting to get pretty dry. I'm gonna put at least half of this in, if not a little bit more. Some decent chunks. I don't want to make it powder in there. Break apart. That's some tough bread there. Thinking of maybe a little bit more than half of this loaf. We'll see.
Can you hand me a wet towel or something? Thanks.
What's going on?
Well, I need something to clean my hands.
Oh, gotcha.
I forgot to bring something before we started.
No, that's fine. Just wondered. There's something you needed help with or whatever. All right. That looks good, but I still don't think it's enough bread. I'm going to add a little bit more. I've had this bread pudding, and sometimes it's so good you can slice it up, fry it in a pan, and use it for like French toast in the morning. Okay, that looks really good.
So Eli said voting is cool. Janice says pierogies are usually boiled, then pan-fried, and they are similar to pot stickers.
Yep.
And Lisa says, yes, I like you making the phyllo dough.
Thank you. Yeah, that was fun trying it. The first 2 attempts, like I showed, just didn't work out quite right. Then again, I had really no idea what I was doing. So now that I've successfully made one batch, I'm sure that as time goes by, it's just going to come a lot easier and a lot quicker. Okay, so I got my pan here, too big, so I foiled it off.
Eli's having a poor man's dinner tonight.
And what's a poor man's dinner? Peanut butter jelly, mac and cheese.
Scott's here. He just got off work, so he was able to make it.
Hey, Scott. Well, welcome, man. Welcome, welcome. I'm just getting some bread pudding ready to go into the oven. Stack my bowls and give them a little bit of water. There we go. Now they're not going to be all dried out and sticky. And wash a little bit easier. Heck, I might even try to do dishes tonight. Yeah, wishful thinking. Okay, so I sprayed this down pretty good with some coconut oil or coconut spray into the oven now. What, 35 minutes? Let's start with that. No.
Eli said poor man's dinner is ramen spread.
Okay. Well, we're having some ramen too, so I guess we'll join you. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with
Steve's here.
Hey, Steve. Good evening. I'm just getting some bread pudding put into the oven here a little later. Oops. I forgot something. That's okay. I remembered it in time.
Yay.
Yeah. I want to throw a little dab of butter on there too. I have my knife here. Just gonna cut this up in a couple little pieces and drop them on here and there. It's like 3 tablespoons. Cut up here. It's pretty soft. It's been out for a little while. All right, one more.
More than one.
This is gonna be so good. What's that?
That was more than one.
More than one
He
what?
said more. He said one more.
One more what? One more tablespoon.
Ah, okay. I was like.
Yeah, I guess I didn't say one more what, did I?
Mm-mm.
Just one more. Okay. Now into the oven.
Steve wants to know what you got on the docket tonight.
We have got some beef pot stickers going tonight, and we're also going to make some fried ramen to go with it. So, sounds good to me. It does. Oh boy, Mrs. Old Guy, I am in need of another bowl.
Yeah?
So help me out. Hook me up, Mrs. OG.
What kind of bowl?
The kind of bowl you mix stuff in. Even old flat bottom will work. A trusty flat bottom bowl. Dog dish to most of you. All right, let me get my ground beef. I'm gonna mix everything into this pot sticker. I'm gonna give it a little while to just kind of sit there and do its thing before I actually start making the pot sticker itself. So when we went to the store today, not only did they not have any cabbage, but can you see the shape of these sad, sorry green onions? And every single one of them on their shelf was all wilty like this. So.
Eli says it's been steady raining since early this morning. Chilly and drizzly. These are the days I miss when it gets 10,000 degrees out.
Well, enjoy it while you got it. Enjoy it while you got it. All right. A little bit, maybe one more of these floppy things. Kind of pathetic. But I did get them for cheap, so guess I can't complain too much.
Wild Man wants to know what kind of pudding were they making in the movie of The Christmas Carol.
Oh, a figgy pudding. Yeah? Fig pudding. That's my guess.
Scott says it's been snowing here, and I can tell you delivering mail and walking 10 miles while it's snowing is just as fun as you think it would be.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't like the cold weather very much. I'm not a huge fan. All right, I don't want to mince these onions up pretty small. I don't want big chunks.
Wild Man said thank you, or Lisa said thank you. They both said thank you.
Well, all three of me say you will. All right, let's get rid of these things. Glad they were only 25 cents. That's about all they was worth.
Yeah.
All right, so in place of cabbage, today I'll add some bell pepper. It's not the same, but at least it's another veg. At least it's a veg. I don't want to cut my fingers, so I'm going to have to look at what I'm doing here, guys. Yep. And, I still want to know what y'all are having for dinner. That includes you, Brother Doug. Still want to know. Maybe one of you guys will be having something that I might want to make. You never know. That looks pretty good. It's pretty well minced. Okay.
Eli told Scott the only snow I get is when I clean it out of the freezer.
That's a good one. All right, I guess I don't. Okay, drop that pound of ground beef in there. I'm only gonna make the pot stickers that Mrs. Old Guy and I are gonna eat tonight. But you can be rest assured that whatever's left will be made and froze off.
Good evening.
Ah, for Doug.
How are you? Good.
Get to find out what he's having now.
He does.
All right. Now, I don't believe my filling is at all traditional, but it's what I'm going to do. Just a little dab of sesame oil. I got some tamari here today. Gone tamari.
Yeah, no doubt.
A little over a tablespoon, maybe.
Oh man, that is gold.
A little bit of black pepper. A little bit of white pepper.
Yeah.
Some ginger.
Yeah, we do that a lot.
Ginger. Half a teaspoon, maybe. Yeah, a little bit of salt.
Okay.
Put in some garlic.
I will let him know.
Yeah. What do you think? That much?
Yep, have a good night.
That much? I thought so too.
Bye.
I thought so too. Nope, didn't want to grab that. Don't need that. But I do want the cayenne because I want a little bit of kick. Little bit of kick. So what is he having, Mrs. Old Guy?
He is having sirloin steak,
Nice.
baked potatoes, and a
Okay.
garden salad.
Garden salad.
And he said it's too cold to cook it outside, so he cooked it in a grill pan inside.
Ah. There's no such thing as too cold to grill outside.
Usually Wild Man had pizza.
Pizza. What kind of pizza? Pepperoni pizza? Sausage pizza? This way.
And Doug wasn't sure on dessert yet. So.
Oh, you know, I think I will keep these out. I'll use them here in a little bit to make my sauce. I gotta make a dipping sauce. Okay. Let's get this filling mixed up. I want to make sure I get it well incorporated. My food makes money.
Scott says he's at a Mediterranean restaurant getting chicken and rice and a big salad.
Nice. Well, that sounds good.
I love salad.
Yep. This old guy's a salad eater. Like sometimes we'll go out to whatever fast food place, and she won't get a burger or whatever. She salad, and that's okay. All right.
Steve Russell's eating a big salad right now too.
Awesome.
It's a
Nice.
going thing.
It's the in thing. Okay, so there. That is good to go. All right.
And Lisa and Wild Man had pepperoni.
Pepperoni pizza. Yep. I had a pepperoni pizza last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Down
Oh.
Hungry Bird.
I got to tell you, folks, and I'll have a video out pretty soon. But the family that owns the Hungry Bird Pizza, if you haven't seen the videos, they're in my stuff. But really nice family, and this guy's son looked at one of my videos and decided to do his own review and I got to see it. I thought it was great. So coming up soon, I'm going to incorporate that video into one of mine. So pretty cool little video.
Eli says, "Do you guys have Salad and Go in Colorado?"
Salad and Go. Nope. At least not that I know of. They might have it in the Denver area. They have a lot of stuff in the Denver area that they just don't over here. Why, I don't know. But
T-Bird's here. He's out of chat because he's doing stuff, but he's listening.
oh, T-Bird, hey man, thank you for coming in, and thank you for at least hanging out and listening. That's awesome. So I'm just gonna slice up these onion and a little bit of this. I guess I'll use the red. Yes, I'm gonna make omelets with these tomorrow morning. So peppers will not go to waste. All right, little red in there too. Fairly thin, so it cooks up quickly. I don't want to take off the end of my finger, so again, I'm going to keep my head down here and watch what I'm doing. Mrs. Old Guy, by the way, is in with the pups again for a minute. Said it's a 24-hour thing. Watching these puppies and trying to keep the room clean enough to where we can still live in this house. Alright, that looks good. I'll set these aside. Over here. I guess I can put my chips back in the freezer.
Crazy Dad's here.
Crazy Dad! Tim, how you doing?
Eli said Salad and Go has become really big here. There's one on every corner. It's just a tiny drive-through, but they have good salads. Buffalo chicken salad is amazing.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't think they have them here, but then again, like I said, they sometimes have stuff in the Denver area that we definitely don't have here. Like In-N-Out Burger. There's a few of them. Firehouse Subs.
Yeah.
There's some other ones too that you just don't find over here.
Joshua's here.
Joshua, hey man. Hope you're having a good night.
Scott wants to know how big are the puppies?
The puppies are all getting, let's see, I think my big males are close to 15 pounds. And the females, 2 of the females are about 11 pounds.
Yeah.
And the smallest pup is just now a little over 10.
Yeah.
So, but if that helps, they're getting to that point now to where when they wake up, they play, run around the room and play with their toys. And, yep, that's what they're doing right now. All right.
We sold one, and his name is Brewer. Is
That's
what
right.
we're going to call him.
Yep. 1 down, 4 more to go. We're right in the same position we were last batch of pups. Anybody needs a puppy or wants a puppy, and you're within a 12-hour radius of where we live, you can hit me up at oldguyincolorado@gmail.com, and I will get in touch with you if you want to talk about a puppy. They are purebred, NKC registered purebred pups. So there you have it.
Lisa said, "Hey Tom, Crazy Dad Show. Tim is at his house taking care of his little girl, her granddaughter. She is sick."
Oh, I'm
And then
sorry.
Crazy Dad said, "Just hanging out. Family is a little under the weather."
Yeah, that's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope everybody feels better soon. I really do.
Eli says, "Is there anything more precious than a puppy with a toy?"
No, the only thing I think more precious is 2 puppies with a toy. Wow, this morning Mrs. Old Guy got a little video of all 5 of them playing tug of war with the rope that they got in there. It was hilarious. 5-way tug of war, nobody was winning.
They got a little squeaky ball in there now they're playing with.
Yep. They sure are. I mean, it's not that we don't, love the pups and all that. It's just, it's a lot of work and the smell. It's not like in the winter or in the spring. We could take them out in the morning and they could spend like all day outside. They can't go out at all. So everything's kind of trapped in that room. After they're gone, I'm definitely going to have to do some painting and, seal the floor. Although we do have it covered. All right, so what do we got here? 12 minutes left on the bread pudding. I can hardly wait. I can kind of hang out for a minute before I actually start putting these pot stickers together. I suppose I could make the dipping sauce. Dipping sauce. Well, makes sense to turn on a smaller burner. Okay. So I've already got like about a half a cup of chicken stock.
You have them in?
Oh, who do we got? Oh boy, this is our big guy. One of our guys. This is the male that we have left. Look at how cute that doggy is. Yeah. Other than this dark brindle on his ear, he's only got these couple little spots on his neck. Other than that, he's a white puppy. Oh, look at that. Oh, isn't that cute? Puppy. They're getting big. Quick rinse here. I know where those puppies have been. Okay. So let's, come on. Turn some fire on here. Like I said, about a half a cup of chicken stock. I'm going to put in just like a couple drops of the sesame oil. Got some tamari here today. Gone tamari. Tablespoon or so. Yeah, that looks good. Put in some sugar. I'll probably taste it just to make sure. I want a little bit of heat to that. I had some of that chili paste that I was going to put in, but I ran out. I didn't realize that I used it up. So there's a nice little dab of cayenne. That should brighten it up a little bit. What do you think? Put some garlic in there too? Just use a little bit. Bang. Okay. Now I can get some more stuff out of my way. More stuff out of the way. Back where it goes. What's I gotta do when this string's over? Yoo-hoo! 9 minutes. This is just a dipping sauce, so I'm not going to thicken it at all. I just want to make sure that everything is incorporated and that sugar is dissolved. That's the stuff. Super simple. Definitely not rocket science. Whoops. Neither is spilling it all over. Okay. That's good to go. Set that aside. I'm going to go ahead and move on and make the sterling sauce. So I got half a cup of butter.
Eli wants to know how's the weather in Colorado.
It's cold. Been in the 30s today. We woke up to some snow this morning. Really wasn't a whole lot though.
No.
It's been cold.
Lisa
We got
wants,
some rain.
Lisa wants to know what is a taquito.
What is a taquito? From what I know, it's like a taco, but it's the tortillas rolled up with the filling inside.
Yep. They're good.
They are. I think that's what a taquito
Yep.
is.
Eli says a mini Brutus. Crazy Dad says he's a cutie pie.
I'm going to put in half a cup of brown sugar. Okay. This is where I need that rum.
Yeah, I just,
What do I do with the
sorry, I
tacos?
just don't know. What
Is it put in here? Nope. Well, that's a bit of an aggravation. I do have a tub up here. It's got a ton of junk in it. Let me just see if I can put it in here. Well, whiskey will work. I'd rather use the rum. There's a partial one. This one's got just a little bit left in it. I don't buy a lot of booze. This year, you know, I bought a couple of shooters.
Yeah.
I don't know, unfortunately, where they got put.
Yeah, and I didn't think about it beforehand, or else I'd have to have coined.
Yeah, I didn't think about it either, see? I try to think of stuff so I have it out here, but... Oh, well, that's okay. Let's get that put in. Now see what else for this sterling sauce. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just the booze. It calls for white wine on the sterling sauce, but I want a bolder flavor than that. That's why the rum. It's a good spiced rum, and I'll taste it. That might be enough. That might be enough, so we'll see.
Crazy Dad says, do you like using a gas or an electric stove, or does it matter? I'm used to electric more than gas. I really don't taste a difference. Some people say you can.
Yeah, I've never thought that you would taste a difference, as opposed, you know, gas over electric heat. The thing about gas heat is it's a lot easier to control the heat using a gas burner. Some things you want really, really, you know, at a certain temperature, and electric burners don't quite do it. Okay, that looks pretty good. And my cream doesn't take a lot, 4 to 5 tablespoons or so. Try to do it slowly here so that it doesn't break. It's just on the warm burner now. Oh man, that looks really good. A little bit more. Okay. Sauce is done. Woohoo! Another step closer. Would you like to taste the sauce? You stick your finger in there. What is that? Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah, that rum doesn't take a lot. That was plenty.
Eli says I need to have a gas stove because I make my own tortillas.
Oh yeah. Gas stoves definitely work best for that. 3 minutes. I'm gonna take a look. Hard to tell. It's too dark. My oven light doesn't work. and it's not worth repairing. So, I mean, it's not just the bulb. I could do that. There's something wrong with the socket where the bulb screws into. So I'm not going to take my oven apart. Mrs. Old Guy's right. We need a new stove, new range. But what we need and what we get. All right. I guess it's more of a want than a need.
Yeah.
It still works. What do I got going on here? I guess I should start putting together some pot stickers. This has been sitting for long enough. A little bit of flour here. Oh, yeah, that feels nice. This ball will make quite a few pot stickers. Just gonna cut that into quarters. Roll that out. This will make 6. Cut that into some thirds. Close enough. If I think one's a little bit bigger, I'll just pinch some off. All right, close enough. Here comes the fun part. I do want to get a little scoopy. Come on. Again, forgetting beforehand to grab this. Just a little 1 ounce ice cream scoop. Works great for doing these. Okay, let's get these rolled out. First one might be a little bit small, but that's all right. All right, set that aside. I'm going to roll a few of these out real quick. Mrs. Old Guy will be back in a minute.
Huh?
Oh, I was just saying that you will be back in a minute, but now you are.
Eli says that he's excited for the gingerbread house.
Yeah, me too.
No cheap pastry bags, though.
The gingerbread house build should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. We're hoping that our son will be here with us and join me on the live stream on Christmas Eve. We will see. That's what we're hoping anyway. We'll see if his work will allow him to get away. We'll see.
T-Bird says, ha ha, my dog is barking at the sound of your puppies.
Now there's this. It's funny you should say that because Polly, the puppy's mama, started barking after one of the pups started barking. They wanted to go outside. How do we look here? Look good, but it's not baked all the way yet. That's fine. And let's give it another 15 minutes. Because of the altitude and the oven, I always set the timer for less time than it calls for that simple reason. Sometimes it bakes sooner, and I'd rather check it so I'm not dealing with burnt items. I burned a thing or two in the oven. Good. Couple more. How many of these you were gonna want, this little guy? 3, 4, 5,
Maybe 3.
3. Okay. 3 and a little bit of ramen.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do about that. Can you guys see this okay? Can they see okay me doing this?
Yep.
Good deal. Okay. Twink. One more. Give us that half dozen. I don't know how many of y'all saw my blueberry strudel video, but it sure didn't last very long. We got like 2 desserts out of it. This little guy not just plowed right through. It was really good.
It was good.
Okay. Let's put the rest of this in here. Tomorrow I will finish it off. I said, use the rest of the filling. I'll put it together and then I'll just freeze them. The only thing is, I found out about freezing pot stickers is you need to let them thaw for a good hour and a half or 2 hours to make sure that the inside filling thaws out too. Otherwise, when you cook it, it's not going to cook all the way. And it's kind of nasty putting into half-cooked stuff, especially if you're doing like pork.
Eli says I had an amazing cherry cheese Danish last night.
Cherry cheese, yummy. I might make some Danish this winter. I got carried away with the Danish in 2020. You know, 2020 put 20 pounds on me.
I like cheese Danish. It's still one of my favorites.
Yeah, I was making blueberry Danish, raspberry Danish.
T-Bird says, my dog says you are throwing puppies down the well.
Funny. Can you guys see that? Can I set it there and they see it?
Yep.
Man, that's good. That is good sauce right there. Another pot. All done.
Crazy Dad says that blueberry strudel looked really good. Made me want some. LOL. I couldn't find any, so I bought a sock. A sock it to me cake.
A sock it to you cake?
What is that?
Yeah, I want to know too. What is a sock it to you cake? Where did I do with my? There. Okay.
Lisa says, Tom, can you make kolaches? K-O-L-A-C-H-E-E-S? I'm going to answer I don't know because it's just been so long. I couldn't tell you. This is a big pot sticker. Like about twice the size that I want. That's okay. Not a problem. A little water on there to help seal it up. I'm just going to pick it up. Like so. Neat. Give it a little fold here. Help seal it up. I'll show you when I'm done. Like I said, this is about twice the size it needs to be. That's a big pot sticker. Oop. I don't know if you guys can see that okay. So,
Okay, a couple more of these. Get them ready, and then I'll think about making. What do you know? It landed upright. I'll make a couple more of these, and then get that fried ramen ready to rock.
Janice says they are like Danishes. They usually have fruit centers.
Okay. I don't know. I don't ever remember making them.
Eli says the best thing I've learned about kitchen work is to clean as you go. Saves you so many headaches at the end.
It does.
And Lisa says it's like a strudel cake, kind of like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Definitely will. I gotta watch how many times I make it. I don't want to remain a blimp. Okay. These are going together pretty good. So they're a little bigger than they need to be, but it's gonna be all right. Give these a good pinching seal. Okay, 3 more. Almost got it. Yeah.
She's the one that was making noise.
Now there's
now the others are like, how come she gets to go out there?
Yeah, we let the puppies out and roam the house for a while over the last few days, and it's fun. You know, they need to be with their daddy too. So we let them play in here, and it's not like outside, of course, where there's a lot of room and whatnot. So it's difficult at best.
Crazy Dad said Sakatumi cake is a cinnamon swirl cake made with Saigon cinnamon topped with pecans and sweet glaze. It's gummy.
Oh yeah, it sounds good.
And Eli says, I'm impressed on how you were able to stretch the phyllo. I'm terrible with pastry.
You know, I was real happy with it too. Like I said, it took a couple of tries to understand a little bit more of how it works and how thin it needs to be, and the type of flour. From now on, I'm going to be using bread flour, period, when I do phyllo dough. It's got a higher gluten content and a higher protein content, and that really helps with the ability for it to stretch real thin. So
T-Bird said, bad rule in the kitchen. You got time to lean, you got time to clean.
that's right. I don't know how many times I've said that. There's always something to do when you're at a restaurant. Always. Most of the time, that's cleaning.
Come on, guys, come this way.
That's the biggest thing. I've gone to work at some places that were just, their kitchens were a nightmare. There was one place I went to, my first inspection of the kitchen, I was looking at their cold top, where they have, you know, your different toppings and stuff for burgers and whatnot, and dressings and crap like that down below. It was so filthy that a gallon jug, Eli, since you've been in the food business, you know what I mean, they have those gallon size plastic jugs of like Italian dressing or French dressing or ranch. And it was stuck to the bottom of that fridge so hard that when I tried to pull it out, the bottom broke off. It just snapped off and emptied the contents. It was awful, awful. I found hot dogs and sausages under the fryer and up against the wall that had been there so long they had almost petrified. They were hard as a rock. Unbelievably bad condition. It was red. Took a little while to get that place back into shape. The walk-in cooler was just as bad. Okay, time to get some ramen rocking. Fried ramen. Got these dumplings all ready. Looks like 3 minutes left on the bread pudding.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it'll be done now. Normally it takes 45 minutes or so with a bread pudding, but like I said, sometimes with our oven or the altitude, it makes a difference. So, like I said, it's easier to add time than take it away. Can't bake it any less once you've done it. Of course, you probably already know that. Oh man, it's Christmas season and we haven't even pulled a single box of decorations out. There's not a string of lights, nor one put up. I don't know. I got to find the motivation somewhere, I suppose, to want to do it. All right, so while that's doing that, I'm going to warm up the frying pan.
Crazy Dad said Nate played his first basketball game of the season last night. They played last year's champions. They lost 91-61. He had 10 points and 5 rebounds, but he had fun even though they lost.
Well, of course. Of course. Yeah, having fun is the big part of it. You know. At least that's how I think it should be, unless you're, of course, doing it professionally, and then, of course, you know, you really want to win. But just participating and you know, having fun is, you know, my thought is the bigger draw to playing sports. It's fun.
Scott said that he ran a hot dog cart when he was young, and one of the syrups for the sodas broke open and leaked inside the cart. Then came the ants. It was a huge mess. We had good hot dogs.
Yep. I hate when stuff like that happens. Here's an example. If you've worked in kitchens, you've seen that they have these 5-gallon bags of ketchup and mustard. And they have a little container that puts them up on the wall, and it's got a little spigot thing you push, and you can, you know, fill up whatever you're filling up. Well, it is right next to the walk-in door, and I don't know how many times people coming in and out of that door would come out and then step to the side and try to shut that door with their leg, and more times than not, they would end up bumping into that nozzle for their ketchup or mustard, whichever it was that was in it. Most of the time it was ketchup. And it's a strange feeling to have ketchup running down your leg. Oh my goodness. My gracious goodness. Did you take a look at that bread pudding? Doesn't that look amazing? You want a little closer shot. Look at that.
Can you tip it just a little bit more? There you go.
Mm-hmm. It's really puffy and light.
Eli says he wants to make that banana fudge you made.
Oh, the banana fudge, it was so good. And it was so simple. Just those 3 ingredients. And it's delicious. I'm going to be making it, you know, for the
Yep.
holidays now. That's going to be one of my things.
Steve wants to know what's your favorite bread.
Favorite bread? I suppose it's going to be dark rye. Love dark rye.
And Janice says, ooh, that looks so good.
It does. And it smells. I'm getting the cinnamon off of it. It smells really good. All right. This pan is properly
Here,
hot.
I'll try it real quick and let you know. How's that?
No. All right, we'll get that rolling.
Steve said rye croutons for the win.
Say what?
Steve said rye croutons for the win.
Rye croutons, yeah. Well, I used, we made, I think it was last summer, summer before last, when I had Arthur and Olivia over, we made some, oh, come on, what sandwich was it? Reuben balls. With corned beef, the cheese, and the Thousand Island, the sauerkraut. We made balls, and then we covered the balls in rye bread crumbs. No, we didn't put the Thousand Island in. The Thousand Island was the dipping sauce. It turned out really good.
Scott says, I was doing dishes in the kitchen at a restaurant and I leaned over to get something and the faucet hooked to his apron and the water went down his apron to his shirt and into his pants for like 5 seconds. I was soaked.
Yep. It doesn't take long.
Nope.
Just a second. All right. Drain the pasta here. Throw that in. That is my. Still need the tomato. And what did I do with it? Did I drop it off over here? I did. I still need it.
Peter
Good.
says that he loves patty melts too.
Oh yeah, patty melts are great. Slide that over. Let's crank the heat. Less heat here. Alright. Get that scooped off to the side a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of oil. Polly, really girl, come on. You need to move.
She's helping you.
She's helping me, yeah. She's coming to lay down right behind me.
You come over here. Yeah, come here and lay down by me.
Okay, a little bit
Yeah.
more oil in here. Crack an egg.
She's hoping you'll drop food is why she's laying there.
Oh, I'm sure she does. I never drop food.
Silly kid. Silly little girl.
Okay. Get that egg fried up. I'm going to get this pan hot. And we'll start cooking the dumplings. Or the pot stickers, I mean. Finish this egg. Doing good. Won't be long. Now I could put that bread pudding outside, but I want it a little bit warm yet when we eat it.
Yay, 5 sleeping puppies.
Yay.
They played themselves to sleep.
You know, if they're sleeping, they're not pooping. Tamari on there. And this time, I don't normally do this when I eat fried ramen, but this one said it was hot and spicy beef. So I think I'm going to use a little bit of the packet on here. Mix that in. Normally I don't use it, but this time I'm going to give it a try. Alright, it smells pretty good. The pan is hot. So,
Crazy Dad said when I was a little kid, Wild Man used to cook at a restaurant. I would go there and they would let me in the back while they worked and let me help when the Wild Man would make me a burger and a milkshake.
awesome. That's a really cool memory to have. That's awesome. Okay. Pot stickers. Frying up. I'm going to give those probably 3 minutes or so. On the bottom, I'm just going to watch them until they start to turn brown. Keep that heat up. So good. All right, set that aside. Okay. So once these have browned on the bottom, I'll throw a little water in, cover them, and let them steam for a few minutes as well. Help get that inside cooked off. And that's one of the reasons why I was saying that they're a bit big. It's supposed to be something that cooks relatively quick, so having a bunch of filling in the sticker really isn't a great idea. So, all right. And we looking. Looks good to me. Get some water in there. Turn it down just a tad. I'm going to let that go for 2-3 minutes. Just keep my eye on the water. I don't want it to go dry in there yet. I do want it to evaporate all the water out at some point, but not yet. Okay, here's another peek at that bread pudding. You can see that it is settled down, you know, from that push, that rise. I can't wait to try that. Sterling sauce is going to be really good on that.
Crazy Dad said, "Man, I need smell-o-vision
You
when
do,
I
buddy.
watch your lives."
Yeah, man, I wish they had it. I really do. Because right now it smells really good in here. What is that?
Wild Man asked to open up a restaurant. Main thing was to turn on the grills and the fryers in the mornings.
Yep. I don't know how many restaurants I worked at that, you know, morning shift. Go in there and make sure everything is on. There was one place I was at where the owner was a total idiot. And a lot of times he would have me go in and open like 15 minutes before they opened. So it didn't give long for like my flat top to get hot or for anything in the morning to be ready and hot, other than coffee. So sometimes it was a real challenge, especially if we would get busy right away. Add a little more water. I'm going to give these extra long on the steaming. Woo! Flip. It's okay. I'm just going to leave it alone before I tear them open.
Scott says, "Have you seen the movie Waiting?"
Waiting? No, I haven't. Who has it got in it? I have not heard of that. Put this away. That there, the booze up here. And there's going to be a hunt after this live stream to find those 3 or 4 bottles of little Kraken spiced rum.
Eli says 15 minutes cold open is rough.
It is.
Crazy Dad told Scott that the movie made him stay home and eat. LOL. We'll have to check it out.
Check out what?
The movie Waiting.
Oh, yes, absolutely. There's some friends, I don't know if I told you this or not, but there's some, Arthur and another friend invited Mr. Old Guy and I to go see a movie 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it was the first time Mr. Old Guy and I had been to a theater in like 15 years, so, or 10 at least. So we were, you know, definitely looking forward to going. And we got there, waiting outside for Arthur and his friend. And everything was closed and dark. And I thought, wow, that's really strange for a theater, you know, going to be showing a movie. And Arthur comes in, come on, you know, we walked over and he punched in the code at the door. We went on in and we watched the movie, just like 5 of us.
Yep. It was a good time.
It was. It was pretty fun. It was kind of like a private showing. All right. One more time. One more time. These are probably done. I just hope I didn't kill the bottom too badly. Good. I was a little concerned that even though it's a non-stick pan, that it might have stuck a little too much and tear the side or the bottom, but we're good.
These non-stick pans aren't really too non-stick.
No, not really. You know, I think it has to do with how hot you use these pans. If you're cooking at lower temperatures, food doesn't seem to stick as bad, but if you're going to cook on a high temp, these pans stink.
Scott said Waiting is a only 2000 comedy with Ryan Reynolds, and it's about the people who work at a restaurant. If you have worked at a restaurant, it's a very relatable. You will laugh. And Crazy Dad said the movie informs you not to bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah, no kidding.
And T-Bird said the movie Road Trip, no sugar on my French toast. Never, ever send your food back.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that one out too.
I've never seen it. Okay, couple of pot stickers. I'm going to throw a little bit of this on there.
Eli said my favorite non-stick is my cast iron. I baby that thing. My favorite non-stick is my cast iron. Oh, he said it
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah, cast iron. You know, I've got a row of them up here. I don't have lids that fit them very well, and sometimes you just need a lid. All right. Guess what, Mrs. Old Guy?
Yay.
It's eating time.
Writing down those movies so that we can check them out.
Okay, let me get a little dipping sauce in a dish for you. Gotta have the dipping sauce for the pot sticker. A little bit for you, a little bit more for you. A little bit more for me. Okay. I'm gonna show these folks this pot sticker here. There's a, I know it's a small plate, but you know, we can put more on. There's those pot stickers. Let me see here if I can show you the color of that bottom. Woo! I don't know, can you see that?
Not really.
Not really.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, I need to get better backlight for this way when I want to show folks stuff.
Yep. Lisa says, "Hey Tom, are you making ham for Christmas?"
No.
You have some differences.
My apologies, Mrs. I doubt it. It's more than likely just gonna be me and Mrs. Old Guy here on Christmas Day. So, you know, our son might be here. A ham is just way too much. You know, I don't know what we're gonna do for sure. I know that they have like these small turkey hams. I don't like those. So last time we bought a ham, a lot of it ended up getting freezer burnt after we thought we were gonna put leftovers and freeze it. So, all right, let's taste the pot sticker. Dough looks good. Cooked well enough. No sauce first.
Wow, not top. Yum.
Mm-hmm. Well, the dough certainly picked up those flavors. It is too much, like I said. They were just too big. But it has nice flavor. Mm. Oh yeah,
Lisa said that works.
that's delicious.
Very good.
Yeah, that sauce has a little bit of heat to it. It's not enough that's really, you know, that's gonna make anybody like but you can taste it. It's got a little bit of just that back note of a little bit of heat. The sesame oil in that sauce really lends itself nice to these pot stickers. That is delicious.
T-Bird said that looked great. Thanks for cooking for us. Have a great week, everyone.
T-Bird, thank you for coming in and saying hi. That reminds me,
Eli says the sauce is the key.
we gotta have a good sauce. It's spinning time. Next week is, don't tell me, vodka pasta. And and that was another one from Sean and the pack. So this spin is going to be for the first full weekend in January. So
Actually, the 31st.
the 31st, that's New Year's Eve. We're doing a New Year's Eve one.
Okay.
So it'll be the weekend
The
after.
7th.
So January 7th, we'll be back to the normal wheels. And I'm going to spin now for the January 7th stream. So let's see, what do we got? Bunch of empty ones, so I might have to spin it a few times. You can tell me, did I land on something?
No. Yep.
All right.
Steve wants to know what's your favorite weather.
What's my favorite weather?
Yeah.
Boy, I would have to say late spring weather.
Smoked out 420, sir?
Smoked out 420, man. Hey, how's it going? We just got through spinning to see what's going to come up next, and it is one from John, Chicken a la King. Yummy. So we'll be making that on January 7th. Next week, we will be doing the vodka pasta, and then the following Saturday, the 17th, there won't be a live stream. That's when I'm dealing with the community holiday picnic or holiday potluck. So I won't have a stream that night, but the next Saturday night, which is Christmas Eve, I will have a live stream. I don't think there'll be anything in the way of cooking, but there'll be some snacks and fun, and like last year, I'm going to attempt to make a gingerbread house that doesn't collapse.
And I says, how do you and Mrs. Old Guy feel about breakfast for dinner?
Sure, we've done that. If you've got a breakfast idea, let us know. I mean, we did eggs, Scotch eggs Benedict on live stream, so that's not a problem. Breakfast, waffles or something, sure. Absolutely.
Scott says, I have heard of chicken a la king, but no idea what it is.
Ah, well, basically, it's a chicken stew done in a white gravy. So, in a milk gravy. You should watch. It's Chicken a la King is really good.
Lisa requested homemade pot pie.
Homemade pot pies? Yeah, that's a great idea. It's not that we haven't. We've done that a few times. All right. Oh,
Yum.
these pot stickers are really good, and they're. I was a little concerned about them not being fully cooked, but they are definitely cooked all the way.
Jana says, how about an English breakfast minus the potatoes?
A full English. Wow. That's a good request there, Janice, because I've never made. I know what a full English is, and that's something I've never had for breakfast. The only thing I think that I might run across difficulty in finding would be the black pudding or the blood pudding. I don't think I'll find that here, the blood sausage. So I'll just have to find something to do in its stead. All right, one more bite, and then I'm going to dig out some.
Scott says, if I get off work in time, he'll definitely show up. He'll watch the stream.
Awesome, awesome. Oh yeah. Well, there'll be a visit from the Jolly Guy on the live stream. So I got Mrs. Old Guy a Bluetooth speaker so that we could, when we're outside or whatever, we could have some tunes. And it came with a little remote, and we were checking it out. And we turned Sirius on the phone and linked up the Bluetooth. I tried cranking it up. And it's like, wow, this sure doesn't get loud for 60 watts. It was pretty low volume. Now I was like, well, that's a ripoff, and I was getting ready to click on Amazon to return it, and Mrs. Old Guy discovered that the volume control on the phone wasn't up, and that's why as soon as she turned that up, the thing was blasting. So pays the check, I guess.
Eli said Janice is the MVP. LOL.
Mm-hmm.
Steve wants to know how the pups are.
They were doing great.
Wild Man requested a Denver omelet.
Cool. Love Denver omelets. Heck yeah. I'd definitely eat that. For those of you folks that don't know what a Denver omelet is, of course it's an omelet, but it's got bell peppers, onions, and ham. Yum. Delicious. Mrs. Old Guy, I'm going to start getting us some red pudding.
Yep.
Red pudding. I'm ready for this. I'm excited about this bread pudding. It's been a really long time. Great. It didn't stick to the bottom. The one thing that did kind of stick though is the white chocolate chips. That's the first time I've used them in bread pudding. I've used the white chocolate wafers. You know what I mean? They're very thin. They break up real easy. All right. Put some sauce on there for you.
Dinner was delicious.
It was. All right. Bread pudding with a sterling rum sauce. Doesn't that look great? Move in a little closer. Look at that. Make your mouth water already, huh? There you go, Mrs. Old Guy.
Thank you. The pups are doing good, Steve. They're getting big.
They are. The males are over 13 pounds. The females are around between 11 and 10.
Yep.
Or actually 11 and 12. There's one, she's just over 10 pounds.
Crazy Dad said that his girlfriend loves bread pudding. And Eli said, never heard of a Denver omelet, so I'll have to make it now.
Oh, Denver omelets are yum. It also has cheese. All right, I'm going to not take a bite. I'm going to wait till Mrs. Old Guy.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I got it. Ooh, yum. That's saying something.
That sauce is really good on it.
Let's go here. Mmm. Oh, man.
Steve says, glad to hear it. Hopefully they find nice homes.
Oh, we do too.
One of them goes to his forever home on the 15th.
Yep, we've got one sold. Hopefully the others will sell too. Wow. That's really delicious bread pudding.
Mm-hmm.
The sauce on there, like you said, this old guy, that really makes
That's really good.
that really makes a difference. That is some cream sauce right there. Oh yeah. Oh. Part of it towards the top is real kind of like chewy. It kind of reminds me of a French toast where it's A little crispy on the outside, nice soft on the inside. And then the bottom part, where it's still real moist, to me, it has the mouthfeel of a souffle. It's really light and creamy. It is so good. Wow. Wow.
That's a good idea.
It turned out great. Yeah. Yeah. Delicious. I didn't finish my dinner and I'm over here eating dessert. But I couldn't wait. It's been quite a while since I've made bread pudding. Well, it's been so long that I think the last one I made was when I was still working, before I was retired. So it's been 15 years or more since I made a bread pudding. I forgot how good they are. Heck yeah.
I've never had sterling sauce, but that's really good.
It is. Yeah, normally I made like a butter rum sauce for the top. The sterling sauce is really good. It almost has a caramel leaning towards butterscotch type flavor. It is really good. And I think that little pinch of nutmeg in there really kind of added to the full body that this sauce has. Man, it is delicious. You bet.
Definitely full now.
Okay, here it comes. Oh.
Eli says story time with OG.
Give myself a hug. It was so good. Story time. Jeez. I don't know what story to tell you. Story to tell you. Just like my head, I'm drawing a blank. I think what happened is my brain kind of turned into like Kelly Bundy a little bit. Every time I learn something new, something that I knew before is gone. You know, it's like my brain gets too full, you know, and stuff overflows, and then I don't remember some things. And that's kind of sucks, especially if I'm in the middle of something that, like, I can only remember half of it. You know, the rest spilled out. What you writing there, Mrs. Old Guy?
A request.
Of?
Barbecue steak. Let me find it. Barbecue steak bowl.
Barbecue steak bowl?
Yep.
Okay. So, by barbecue, do you mean grilled? Or how do you mean barbecue?
Steve requested that.
I just want to make sure that I'm clear on what it is that he wants. So there's a difference between grilling and barbecue. So I just want to see for sure what's what.
Eli said married with children is goat. LOL.
Oh, Al Bundy's my hero. He says things I wish I could say. But, you know, I guess that's why it was on TV.
Steve said sauce.
Sauce?
Barbecue steak bowl.
Okay. Gotcha. I can do that. It's written down. So it is written, so it shall be done. At some point, when the wheel allows it. And I don't know if I told you guys, but I am going to take one spot on the wheel, and I'm just going to make it OG's choice. And it may be something that's already been requested. It may be something that I just want to make, but OG's going to get his spot up there, just in case. Well, not just in case. I'm going to want to do that.
Eli says, go Polk High.
Polkai, yeah. Poor Al. His biggest accomplishment was 4 touchdowns in a game in high school. How about the episode where he's guarding the high school and the nemesis from the opponent's high school team broke in and was going to steal the trophy. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. It was pretty funny. Did a little slow motion fight.
Steve said thank you.
Thank you.
And Janice said the chef's special.
Chef special. Yep. I got too much of this and I need to cook it up. That's usually the chef's special.
Crazy Dad suggested shrimp scampi and scallops.
All right. This old guy will write it down. And at some point, we'll probably get caught on the wheel.
Steve said that was a great episode.
It was. Yep. I don't think there's an episode of Married with Children that I haven't seen. It was one of my favorites. Like I said, Al Bundy's my hero. I think one of my favorite episodes is when he was getting ready for his annual barbecue. And I forget, I think it was Kelly emptied all the ashes from his grill, and that's what he thinks makes his burgers taste so good. So they took the ashes from Marcy's aunt's ashes and put those in the grill.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was hilarious. Well, it is getting close to that time, so I know you guys have been requesting, but if you have any last requests, you're not on death row or anything. And, any last minute requests, that's fine. And, if you got any questions or comments or whatever, great time to do it. We'll be out of here in a few minutes. I can kick around for a little bit.
Crazy Dad said Al Bundy was great. I like when the alien stole his socks for fuel.
Yeah. And then there was one episode where he couldn't remember the name of the song. All he could remember is him. And as soon as he, believe it or not, as soon as he did that the first time on that episode, I knew the song. I knew the song right away. And if you don't know what the song was, I'll tell you. It was Anna. The Beatles did it, and I can't remember who else. But
Steve said that was a great episode too. Scott said, I loved Married with Children. It's so sad that they didn't get a final episode.
True. But hey, there's so many good episodes now that to look back on. The fact that they didn't do an ending thing, that's okay.
Eli says
Jefferson or Steve. They both had their good point. They're both characters had their good points in that show. That's for sure. Jefferson said one thing to Marcy. Peg and Marcy were both pregnant, and Jefferson said, "Yeah, making love to a pregnant woman's like driving a car that's already been wrecked." I bet the writers for that show had a great time sitting around the table doing these writing these episodes.
Steve said, indeed, a sad time when you get off the air. And Scott said, the Ma's Club?
No, ma'am. Yeah, no, ma'am. What is it? Men Against Amazon Masterhood or Amazonian Masterhood or something. No, ma'am. Great show. Yep. Fox started their network off the right way with that show. I remember right when in our area when the UHF channel came on and you had to buy the special antenna and turn it to the right setting.
I said Jefferson had some good one-liners.
He did. And Steve had a few good ones too. Yep, they were both really good, and at least they changed names. You know what I mean? Like here's an old show. I'm sure that Wildman will remember Bewitched, and they switched characters right in the middle of the series. They went from Dick York to Dick Sargent, or no, they went from Dick Sargent to Dick York, and switching dicks like that right in the middle of the series just really kind of screwed me up. So, just letting you know.
Lisa said the best one was Hunting for Rabbits.
Hunting for Rabbits, yeah. Yep, too many good ones just to pick a single, I suppose. Like when they went to England, Upper Hampton and Lower Hampton. That was a good episode. They're all good. They're all good.
Steve says, I like when Jefferson laughed at jokes made by Bundy at the expense of his wife.
Oh, yeah. Yep, like when he called Marcy a chicken.
Yeah, that was great.
Or, gee, I see you're taking the little Jefferson boy camping. That was funny.
Yep.
Yep. Steve laughing at jokes about his wife made by Al. That's hilarious. Yep. Well, vodka pasta coming up next week. That's going to be yum, and as usual, I will make the pasta. Love any excuse to make pasta. I like to play. Angel hair, linguine, just pasta sheets. Well, I guess I'm going to call it good. We got a few minutes, but I'm done. I mean, really, unless you guys got something more that you want me to talk about. I've been trying to think of a story, but when you try to think of something, like a comedian, hey man, tell me a joke, and it's like and you can't think of one.
Eli says, I now have to go on a Married with Children binge.
Yep. Just find them on the cable network somewhere and marathon about 30 episodes.
Scott said, loved the episode when he was going to win the Dodge Viper for driving his car 1,000,000 miles.
Yes. Al. Never does work out for him.
Steve said, hope you guys in chat has a good week. Scott says, glad I was able to make the stream.
Yeah, I'm glad you were too, Scott. In fact, I'm glad everybody was able to make it. I do appreciate you coming in and hanging out on Saturday night with OG. You know, figure most of you would have probably a little more life, more of a life than I do. I just sit here and do this. No, I'm just kidding. I do appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out with me on Saturday nights. And,
Crazy Dad said Archie Bunker was another great character.
oh, yeah. Loved Archie Bunker and his mispronunciation of words. Super good, you know? It's super good. How about Soap? Does anybody remember this the show Soap? With, what was his name? Richard Mulligan? That was a great show. We used to gather around the TV set. It was in the 70s, and when I was stationed in Germany, and they showed it on the Armed Forces Network, and so every week we gathered around the set to watch the latest episode. Too funny. Soap, loved it.
You know, I said pretty sure the episodes are on YT.
YT? I don't know what YT is, but oh, YouTube, yes, duh. I don't know if you can find full episodes or just like Al's greatest insult collection. There's a bunch of them, especially the ladies at the shoe store. Fat lady came into the shoe store today, Peg.
Crazy Dad said that they don't make shows like they used to.
No, well, they don't. Well, you know, shows like The Bunkers, you know, All in the Family, and The Jeffersons, yeah, shows like that are gone. They're not, you know. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Take all the fun out of stuff.
Scott said TV in the 70s and 80s and 90s was so much fun. It was an event every week.
It was. Look forward to watching, you know, some of these shows. A new episode would come out every weekly. You know, so you make sure to tune in on that night to see the next episode. You know, yeah, that's how it went.
You know, I said somebody retracted it.
Now, one show that I binge watched was Trailer Park Boys. Raise your hand if you love Trailer Park Boys. Every time a new season had come out, I would binge watch. You know, I'd watch whole seasons in a day. And then I'd have to wait for a year for the new season to come out. Yeah, but ever since John, dang it, I can't remember his name, the guy that played Leahy, ever since he died, and they went to the cartoon version of the Trailer Park Boys, I quit watching. It's just not the same.
Scott and the Crazy Dad said that they both raise their hands.
Raise your hands. Yeah, love Trailer Park Boys.
And Eli said Disneyland?
Well, Disneyland? We've been. We went to Disneyland on our honeymoon.
Yep. And we took Richard, our youngest son.
Yep. And years later we went back with our son. Yep.
And he was the only one home?
What? Oh yeah, when he was the only one at home. Yep. Yep. Been to Disneyland. In fact, when we went the last time, that other amusement park right there with it, the Disney Adventure, I think, isn't that what it's called? They had just opened that year, I think.
Yep.
And so everything was really new and really cool. So yeah, it was a good time. Definitely a good time. I don't think I could go back and do it now, just because I don't think I'd want to pay the price that it is now to go for just, a day pay for a park pass. Unbelievable how much. It's like,
Steve says, any any plans on seeing Val?
my plan is the next time I go to California to hook up with Val and to meet up with Janice again. That was fun when we went last year and got to meet her and her husband. So
Yeah, it was. That was a lot of fun.
it was a lot of fun, and we wish we could have stayed another 2 or 3 days. And so when we go back next time, we're going to try and have at least 5 days that we can stay. We'll see how well that goes, but we're hoping that this coming spring we might be able to jet down to California for a few days and meet Val and meet up with Janice again, and maybe the 3 of us do a review or whatever. But it would be fun. It would be fun, and I doubt seriously if I get to my 1,000 subs by then. So I'll have to make another trip back out when I do that, because I want to do it live from California, where I can actually get fresh seafood. You don't necessarily get fresh seafood here in Colorado unless you really pay. So
Eli says, I want to see those raw oysters, lol.
I do and I don't. Let me explain. I like oysters. I like them cooked. Oyster stew, fried oysters, even oysters Rockefeller, which is still in the shell. At least it's cooked some. But just to slurp down a raw oyster, to me, it was like eating a big slimy booger. Just disgusting. Yeah. That was the one and only time the guy I was training under, chef I was training under, he says, well, here, let's eat one of these oysters. And I said, I don't like them. That was the last time I said that. He said, I don't give a bleepity bleep bleep if you like it or not. You're going to eat it. You got to know what it's supposed to taste like. You can't send them out rotten. You can't send them out spoiled. You got to know what it tastes like. So you're eating one. And one is all I ate. Salty, nasty, disgusting, giant booger. No thanks.
Janice said we'll go on a few food adventures.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Crazy Dad said y'all need to come to Ohio and party with me and the Wild Man.
Oh, when we are able to do some traveling, believe me, we're going to.
Eli said, Crazy Dad, that would be epic.
It would be fun. I think it would be a
Dad
great
said,
time.
The Ohio State Fair?
Ooh, yeah. What time of year is that? The state fair. A lot of them are like here in Colorado. It's in the middle of summer.
Yep.
Some
Like
places
July
have
or
it in
something.
the spring. Some in the fall.
Eli said, could be worse, could be Balut.
Balut. Or 100-year eggs. I don't like either one. No, thank you. No, thank you. And you notice I didn't use that as a suggestion for my 1,000th sub. It'll be hard enough to do that, to do the raw oysters. Trying to do balut or the 100-year eggs. No. I wouldn't even be able to get it close enough to my mouth to even bite it. I don't see how Val, can. Some things are just so nasty. I'll spit it out. I ain't going to swallow that. If I swallow it, everything else is coming back up too. And Val, man, he must have a cast iron stomach, and mine's made out of like pudding or something. I don't know.
Eli said, thank you for another great stream. Steve says, are you watching any particular show lately?
Yeah, I've been watching Pennyworth on HBO. for those of you that don't know, it's the story of Alfred Pennyworth, who is Batman's butler, and it's his early life before he becomes a butler for. Come on, what's the family name? I can't think. Oh, help me.
I don't remember.
Help me. Oh, Batman's Batman's family. Help me, folks. Come on. Batman's family. Wayne. Rest. Bruce Wayne. The Wayne family. And this was he in this series. Alfred is, I don't know, it's hard to explain. You just have to watch it, but he's associated with and around Bruce Wayne's father. So it happens way before Bruce is even born. So good series. Good
Yeah.
series.
Janice did answer you, but it was
Which,
right about the same time you
which was though
the Wayne family.
the way? Yeah. It took me a minute to get it to
And
click.
Scott answered it also, but
Yeah, it's like, one of those mental blocks. Like, have you ever introduced a new friend to an old friend and you forget your old friend's name for that minute? It's like, Or how many times have you done this? Somebody introduced themselves, and a couple minutes later, a little while later, you're not sure you remember their name, so you ask them again, and you go, "Oh, that's right." Why do we say that? Of course it's right. What are they going to say? Tell you a different name every time? I guess they might, but oh, that's right. Well, yeah, of course it's right. I know my name.
Crazy Dad said the Ohio State Fair is midsummer.
Midsummer, okay. Ohio, I lived in Ohio for a while. Not too far from Bowling Green. In fact, the town, I believe, was Tontogany, if I remember correctly. We're not actually in town. We were in a farmhouse about 5 miles out of town. So, but yeah, lived in Ohio for a while.
Scott says, interesting, I'll have to check it out. The
Yeah.
movie?
You should. Okay, I'm done. You guys, thank you. I appreciate very much every one of you coming in and hanging out with me on Saturday nights. I always say it. I'm going to say it tonight too. It's the highlight of my week, and I'm not sure now what I do with my Saturday nights. I'm so used to doing this. So, thanks everybody for hanging out with Old Guy. I will see you next Saturday night. We're going to do some vodka pasta. And in the meantime, get out, help a little bit in your community, give back somehow, some way. Okay? I'm out of here. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.